Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island. You're watching the second half of a conference doubleheader right here on CSI Sportsnet. This afternoon in game number 2 of that conference doubleheader, the College of Staten Island will take on Hunter College as the men's basketball team coming into this game having won 5 in a row and getting their record up over 500 for the first time as they come into today's game with a record of 7-6. Hi everybody, Mike Babuski joining you once again, and for those of you that saw game number 1, you saw the College of Staten Island lose to Hunter College by a final score of 75-62, a game that was much closer than the final score indicated, but a game that Hunter College came out, took the lead early in the second quarter, never relinquished it, as the Dolphins were able to close to within 4 points in the fourth quarter, but that is as close as they were able to come, as Hunter College paced by 19 points by Jada Ponte, 18 points by Teresa Lung, and 23 points by Janine Conway with 17, I should say, as that was enough to propel Hunter College to a 75-62 win and end the conference undefeated streak for the Dolphins as they fell to 4-1 on the year, and the Hawks upped their record to 4-1. So now we'll turn our attention to the men's game, a game that was scheduled to tip off at approximately 3 o'clock, but you now see scheduled tip-off time will be at 3:10. The men's basketball team coming in red hot, having won 5 games in a row. They haven't suffered any defeat since back on December 4th when John Jay was able to come into the tank and really bring it to the CSI Dolphins, defeating them by a final score of 83-76. Since that time, the Dolphins have defeated Medgar Evers, went on the road, defeated Kane on the road, a thrilling 1-point win where Adeola Latunji was able to score the final point and the deciding points in that game. Then the Dolphins came home for the Tournament of Heroes over the holiday vacation and picked up a big win against Bates College, and then came out and really played one of their best games of the year, a real exciting game as they won their 3rd Tournament of Heroes championship, defeating Tufts University by a final score of 98-94. And then on Thursday night, the College of Staten Island, getting back into the swing of conference play, was facing a York Cardinal team, a good athletic Cardinal team, but at the end of the day, there was just too much CSI offense for the Cardinals to be able to deal with, as the Dolphins won by a final score of 91-70. Another strong game for Christian Taylor. Christian, the leading scorer in the CUNYAC Conference, averaging just under 23 points a game. One of 4 players in double figures for the Dolphins in that one. Flag finishing with 18 points on 7 of 11 shooting. Adeola Latunji, another consistent game for the Dolphins. He was 7 of 15, along with 9 rebounds, finishing with 16 points. Both Latunji and Christian Taylor shooting over 50% from the field for the CSI Dolphins. And this afternoon, they're going to come in and face a Hunter College team that's won just 1 game in the conference. They're coming off of a 67-56 loss on the road to Brooklyn College on Thursday night. George Kina led Hunter in that game, finishing the game with 21 points, but it wasn't enough as Hunter College fell after Brooklyn able to put up 39 points in that second half. Brooklyn leading by 3 at the half and finishing the game with a 9-point win. We mentioned Kina leading the Hawks in scoring on 7 of 16 shooting. In Melvin Collins finishing with 15 points for the game. Gio Gabardin finishing the game with 11 points for Hunter College as they dropped to 1-3 in conference play and 3-8 overall. And while we have a couple of minutes, why don't we take a look at the CUNYAC standings here for the men as you get an opportunity to see Baruch College undefeated in CUNYAC play at 3-0, 9-3 overall. Brooklyn College sitting in second place on the table, 2-0, 7-4. Dolphins and Lehman, 1 loss apiece, 3-1 for the Dolphins, 7-6 overall. We mentioned earlier the Dolphins on a 5-game winning streak. Lehman at 2-1. The Bloodhounds at 2-2. So since defeating the Dolphins here at the College of Staten Island, John Jay losing 2 out of 3 conference games. Hunter College listed at 1-3 in the official CUNYAC standings, 2-3 on your screen. And then CCNY 1-3, York College at 0-4. Looking at the action here this afternoon for the men, Brooklyn plays Lehman. That game is underway. York at CCNY. And Medgar Evers at Baruch. Hunter here at CSI, and John Jay in non-conference action. They will play at Stevenson. And just like the men's basketball, the women's basketball team, for the men's team, this is their second of 4 conference games in the next 7 days. The men won their game earlier against York. They'll have their home game here this afternoon, and then they're going to go on the road. 2 very tough games as the Dolphins will play Brooklyn and Lehman College. Both those teams perennially at the top of the table in the CUNYAC conference. So the clock continues to wind down here, and we're just moments away from the start of the game here this afternoon. And, you know, this men's basketball team continuing to be paced by Christian Taylor. Christian, as we mentioned, the leading scorer in the CUNYAC conference, and Adeola Latunji in 3rd place in the conference. So a couple of players for the Dolphins, 2 out of the top 3 players in the conference right here playing for your CSI Dolphins, as the Dolphins get ready to play here this afternoon against Hunter College. And, you know, for Hunter College, also a huge swing game. And, you know, we mention that in conference play all the time, how important these games are and how big a swing each game, individual game could be. And you saw it earlier where the women's basketball team had an opportunity to really put themselves in commanding position in the conference if they were able to get a win, but instead dropping that game to Hunter College. Now they find themselves all of a sudden trailing Brooklyn College, who's undefeated, but also behind Hunter College. So the Dolphins, with just that 1 loss, find themselves dropping down to 3rd place on the table. So a little bit of work to do for the Dolphins, and they're going to have to face a very tough Brooklyn College team here on Monday. As we get an opportunity now, let's take a look at the starters here for both teams. You see the Hunter College starters on your screen. Number 0, Donnie Fusco. Number 3, Melvin Collins. Number 11, Abraham Rossau. Number 12, George Keener. And number 14, Gio Gabardine. The starters for your Dolphins on your screen. Number 1, Stephen Flagg. Really been a force offensively for the Dolphins since joining the team here at the break. Number 2, Adeola Latunji. Number 3, Rigo Dustin. Number 22, Jamal Martin, the freshman, continuing to play better and better in his first year here at the College of Staten Island. And the leading scorer of the CUNYAC Conference, Christian Taylor. Taylor with a lot of those big baskets in the game that helped propel their win over Tufts, and was also the leading scorer for the Dolphins here earlier this week as the Dolphins were able to defeat York College. So both teams at the bench now, getting ready for the start of this afternoon's game. The men, as we mentioned, coming in with a winning streak of 5 games in a row. They're continuing to play very well here and going to look to continue their winning streak. For Hunter College, a bounce-back game here this afternoon as the Hawks look to rebound from their loss against Brooklyn College earlier in the week. And they've now lost 3 in a row, having lost to NYU and then went on the road for Amherst. That was going to be a tough game, and Hunter got handled pretty easily in that one, 96-41. Then had that 9-point loss to Brooklyn. So they'll be looking to bounce back this afternoon, and we're underway as the opening tap, controlled by the Dolphins, is Flag brings the ball across midcourt, and the Dolphins set up offensively for the first time this afternoon. Latunji over to Desteem. Desteem inside to Taylor. Taylor feeds it inside to Martin, who's able to use his size to lay it up and in. Shamal Martin, the biggest player out on the floor for either team here to start the game, and he's able to get the ball to the basket. Rosal feeding the ball on the outside over to Keena, but he loses the handle. Last touch by the Dolphins. So it will remain Hunter College basketball just 30 seconds into the game. 2-0 Dolphins. Hunter looking to bring the ball to the basket. A lot of defense that time by the Dolphins as they knocked the shot away. And now Flag bringing the ball up the near side. Flag behind the back dribble, loses possession. And now it'll be Keena with the basketball as he's able to take it coast to coast and lay it up and in. 2-2 the score. Just underway here as Desteem with the ball for the Dolphins as they look to set up offensively. Now Flag in the post. Flag looking to get the ball inside. He loses the handle and turns the ball over for the second time here tonight. Keena driving his way inside, kicking the ball out from the jumper for the top of the key that time by Russow is no good. And here comes Taylor for the Dolphins. Taylor inside to Martin. Martin fighting his way inside. Now feeds it back to Desteem. He loses the handle, and the Dolphins turn the ball over for the third time in 90 seconds. Hawks bring the ball down the floor, but now the Dolphins pick up their second block. Helter-skelter, first 90 seconds here from the tank, tied at 2. Taylor taking the ball to the basket, laying it up and in to give the Dolphins a 4-2 lead. Fusco handing the ball off to Gabardine. Gabardine fighting his way to the basket and laying it up and in. 4-4 the score. As that's Flag with the ball now for the Dolphins. Over to Latunji. Latunji, pull-up jumper from the top of the key is no good, but Flag there to grab the long rebound for the Dolphins, and they'll get a second chance opportunity. Flag at the three-point line. Flag turning the ball over as the Dolphins now have turned the ball over 4 times in the first 2 minutes and 22 seconds here of this first half. So we'll keep it right here, but not the kind of start the Dolphins were looking for as they came out. They've been hot. They've won 5 in a row, but here so far this afternoon, they found themselves turning the ball over, and we're tied at 4. So 4-4 the score here. We played just over 2 minutes here in this first half, as the Dolphins have turned the ball over 4 times here in the early going. This is a Dolphin team that, really doesn't turn the ball over that much, but they've been turning the ball over time and time again here in this first half. So Hunter College with the basketball, as that's Fusco. Fusco working the ball up over the three-pointer that time by Gabardine is up, no good. And here comes Desteem with the basketball for the Dolphins. Rigo feeding the ball inside to Latunji. He can't finish, but he grabs his own rebound and lays it up and in. So Latunji able to lay that one up and in, and that gives the Dolphins a 6-4 lead. Hunter with the basketball now as they feed the ball back up over to Rossow, and his three-pointer is good. And the Hawks lead for the first time here this afternoon, 7-6. Taylor over to Desteem. He thought about the three-pointer, but now we'll look to set up offensively for the Dolphins. Desteem over to Flag. Flag's open three-pointer is in and out, but it's Latunji able to grab the rebound. He feeds it over to Taylor. That shot is blocked. Both teams fighting for possession, and it's Fusco coming away with the ball for the Hawks. Fusco gets called for the travel. That'll be the first turnover of the afternoon for Hunter College. So it will be Dolphin basketball now, trailing by a score of 7-6. Taylor slowly walking the ball now across the midcourt line as he looks to set up offensively now for the Dolphins. Cartalis, who checked into the game for the Dolphins off the timeout, now flag. His open three-pointer is no good, but now Martin there, his putback is no good as the Dolphins have gone cold from the field here early in this first half. Hunter looking to drive his way inside, but once again, we're going to have a travel called on Danny Fusco, and now the Dolphins will take possession of the ball once again. Dolphins 3 of 9 from the field. Hunter 3 of 7 here in the early going. Dolphins out rebounding Hunter 8-2. Cartalis with the basketball. Taylor looking to fight his way up to the rim, and his shot is up, no good. And I think we're going to have that called on the pass instead of the shot. So the Dolphins now will inbound the basketball, as that foul will be on Hayden Belkin, his first, as the Dolphins pass the ball back and Latunji able to retrieve. Now Taylor. Taylor's open three-pointer is no good, as the Dolphins now 3 of 10 from the field, and it will be Hunter College basketball. 7-6 to score, Hunter in the lead, as the shot clock didn't go on, so we'll have to reset once again. We have a little bit of a break in the play. James Delahanty waiting to check into the game for the Dolphins, as Hunter will inbound the basketball now with 27 seconds remaining on the shot clock. They get the ball into Lowe, who's checked into the game. Now Gabardin. Gabardin driving his way inside. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul called on the Dolphins. That foul will be on Latunji. That will be his first, team's first, as Gabardin will go to the free throw line now to shoot 2 for Hunter College. The first free throw is up and in, and Hunter now leads by a score of 8-6. Second free throw is up and in, and Hunter now has their biggest lead of the game. It's 3, 9-6. Dolphins find themselves down now by a score of 9-6. Is putting up that open three-pointer is Latunji, as the Dolphins' cold shooting from the field continues, as that one went in and out for the Dolphins. Fighting to the basket and putting that shot up and missing it is Keener, and the Dolphins able to come away with the basketball. Latunji, Taylor, beautiful body control to lay it up and in. Nice move by Taylor. He has 4, and it's now a 9-8 game. Hunter College with the basketball, working the ball in the corner, and the open three-pointer is good. 12-8 now as Hunter opens their lead up to 4 with 14:28 remaining here in this first half. Another turnover by the Dolphins as they're missing the layup, though. On the play that time is Vasquez, as he's not able to take advantage of the Dolphin turnover, and now we're going to have a foul called on Hunter College. Cartalis checks out of the game for the Dolphins, as that foul will be on Fusco. That will be his first, the team's second, and now it'll be the Dolphins with the basketball. That's Steam. just throws the ball over to the bench. Another miscommunication for the Dolphins as they've come out here and now turned the ball over 5 times inside the game's first 6 minutes of play. And the Dolphins find themselves down by 4, 12-8. Keener with the basketball. Hands it off to Lowe. Lowe working his way inside. He kicks the ball out. The open three-pointer is up no good. Flag goes up high for the rebound for the Dolphins. Flag with the basketball. Flag, a beautiful feed inside to Taylor, whose reverse layup is up and in. Beautiful pass that time by Stephen Flag. He'll pick up the assist, and the Dolphins make it a 2-point game now, 12-10. Keener with the basketball. Keener goes up in the air, but able to get the ball out over to Fusco. Fusco kicking the ball back for the open three-pointer. That's in and out that time as Keener couldn't convert on the open three-point look. Latunji driving his way down the basket, and he draws the foul. You see Hunter College off the bench. They're very excited as that ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. No foul on the play. Last touch by the Dolphins. So off the block, it'll be Hunter College basketball now with 13 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in the first half. As Abraham Rassau will check back into the game now for the Hawks. Vasquez, short jumper is no good. Delahanty able to go up now and grab the rebound and feed it to Desteem. Desteem works his way around a couple of Hawks, feeds it back to Taylor. His open three-point look is no good, and Hunter there to grab the rebound once again. Keener with the basketball. Dolphins now 5 of 14 from the field, and we're going to have a whistle and a timeout here taken on the floor as Hunter able to pick up another basket and open up the lead to 15-10. As the Dolphins able to close to within 2, but Hunter able to open it now to 15-10 as Dolphins struggles here continue. 5 of 14 from the field are the Dolphins, 0 of 3 from the three-point line. And although they've out-rebounded Hunter College 12-4, just like the Lady Dolphins, they find themselves struggling with a good Hunter College defense here. And Hunter College has themselves a 5-point lead, their biggest lead of the game. It's 15-10 as the Dolphins here in this first half. 7 turnovers here for the Dolphins in the first 7.5 minutes of play. And, you know, that's something that head coach T.J. Tibbs, I'm sure, is not very happy about. Dolphins turning the ball over just under 15 times a game as Nicholas Taylor able to get to the rim. That shot's no good. Dolphins shooting struggles continue, and here come the Hawks once again. Fusco with the basketball. Fusco feeding the ball now inside to Belkin. Now the Dolphins looking to come away with the basketball. It's going to be knocked away, but Dolphins not able to maintain possession as it will go out of bounds. And once again, it'll be Hunter College with the basketball and a 5-point lead. Hawks look to inbound now. It's Keener. Keener driving down the lane. He misses the layup, though, and now it's Desteem coming away with the ball for the Dolphins. Desteem kicking the ball out over to Austin Mick, who checked into the game. Mick in the corner now to Taylor. Taylor's shot is no good, but Delahanty's able to grab the rebound, but he misses another shot inside as the Dolphin cold shooting from the field continues. Another layup inside for Hunter. Is Hunter getting the better of the Dolphins on both the offensive and defensive end, and they now lead by 7. 3-point look that time by Desteem is no good, and here comes Hunter College looking to run once again as they nearly turn the ball over. Now they do. So the Dolphins fortunate, down by 7, able to force a turnover as Shamal Martin and Stephen Flagg are going to come back in. They're going to replace James Delahanty and Nicholas Taylor as Hunter in the middle of a 5-0 run 10-4 overall as that open three-point look by Austin Mick is good. Big three-pointer by Mick to draw the Dolphins back to within 4. Fusco with the basketball. Fusto hanging it off to Gabardine. Gabardine working the ball in the corner, and the open three-pointer is good. Big three-pointer by Melvin Collins, the 6'1 junior from Fort Hamilton High in Brooklyn, to make it a 7-point Hawk lead once again. Steve, his jumper is up, no good. Martin hustling for the rebound, but it's on the baseline, and it'll be Hunter College basketball. So both Hunter College teams coming out here into the tank this afternoon and really showing a lot of hustle and effort defensively. And for the women's team, it was enough to come away with a big victory, and the men find themselves up here 7 early in the first half. Long three-pointer is no good as Taylor there to grab the rebound off the Rossow miss. Taylor looking to take it coast to coast, and he's going to draw the blocking foul on the play as Fusco gets up quickly. Doesn't like the call as he picks up his second. 20-13 now. Hawks in the lead. As Taylor goes to the free throw line and hits the first. Dolphins trying to close the gap. Have cut it down to 6. As Taylor's second free throw is up and in. Taylor's 8 of the 15 Dolphin points here in this first half. And the Dolphins trail by 5. Vasquez working the ball in the corner. That open three is no good. And Taylor there to grab another rebound for the Dolphins. Taylor looking to drive inside, and we're going to have a whistle and an offensive foul called on the play. As the Dolphins' struggles here this afternoon continue, and they'll turn the ball over once again. 9 turnovers now for this Dolphin team in a half of basketball. This team averaging less than 15 turnovers a game as that open three-pointer is up no good. And another sloppy play by the Dolphins as Martin comes out and commits a foul out at the three-point line. And that's going to send the Hawks to the line to shoot 3. And, you know, one of the turning points in this game was in the women's game was a careless three-point foul, a three-shot foul against Jade Aponte that allowed Aponte to go to the free throw line where she sank all 3 of her free throws in a row. And that really got Aponte on fire as she played extremely well for the remainder of the game and was one of the catalysts in that Hunter College victory here early this afternoon. First free throw is up and in by Rossow. As it's now a 22-15 Hunter College lead. One more free throw upcoming. As that second free throw is up, no good. And Cartalis has to come back and grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Christian Kopik also in the game for the Dolphins along with Austin Mick. As that ball's worked in the corner and Mick buries the 3. 2 big three-pointers back-to-back by Austin Mick. He's got 6. 22-18 the score as the Dolphins able to force the turnover as Mick gets the ball out over to Taylor. Nice catch by Taylor to keep the ball in bounds, but his off-balance shot is off, and Hunter College able to come away with the rebound. Keno with the basketball. Keno looks to break the double team. Kicks the ball up over to Collins. Collins able to drive inside and lay it up and in. 24-18 now. Hunter College lead back up to 6. Kopek, Mick, Cartalis. Three-point shot is up, no good. And Gabardine there to grab the rebound now for Hunter College. Hunter College. Keno with the basketball. Keena breaking the double team, gets it up over to Rousseau, but Rousseau has the ball stripped away by Flagg as Flagg comes down the lane and draws the foul. And at times Stevens slowed up a little bit, looking to complete the three-point play. Instead, coming back will be Gabardine to commit the foul. Both teams with 14 fouls now, as it'll be Stephen Flagg going to the free throw line for the Dolphins now to shoot 2. Dolphins shooting 65% from the free throw line as a team. Flagg shooting 81% from the line, and he's now 10 of 12, so he's over 90. Make that 11 of 13. And the Dolphins have cut the Hawk lead down to 4 once again with 8 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here in this first half. Vasquez with the basketball. Now it's Gabardine. Gabardine looking to work against Mick. Kicking the ball out now to Rousseau. Rousseau out over to Collins. Collins the extra pass over to Keena. And we're going to have a blocking foul called on Kopech as Kopech kind of lost his footing and fell into the Hawk player as he picked up his first. And now the Dolphins with 5 team fouls. Hunter College inbounding now with 20 seconds on the shot clock as now it's Keena, Rousseau. Rousseau hands the ball to Keena. Keena kicking the ball out. Extra pass for the open three-pointer by Gabardine. That's no good. And another rebound grab by Christian Taylor. Taylor doing a good job rebounding the basketball here in this first half for the CSI Dolphins. Flagg putting up the open three-pointer. That's no good. Dolphins now 2 of 11 from the three-point line here in this first half. Ball blocked away nicely, and here comes Cartalis looking to run 1-on-3. He has the ball knocked away, but it'll remain Dolphin basketball now with 25 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Dolphins just 7 of 24 from the field here in this first half, just 2 of 11 from the three-point line, and they find themselves down by 4. Mick, Cartalis, his open three-pointer is way off. And it's going to be Keena there to grab the rebound. So Austin Mick has hit both of his three-pointers for the Dolphins. The remainder of the team 0 for 10 from the three-point line here in this first half. Lowe with the basketball. Handing the ball off to Keena. Keena backing in against Kopech. His shot is up, no good. And Taylor there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Another rebound for Christian Taylor. Dolphins working the ball around the perimeter in the corner to Flagg, and his open three-pointer is good. And just like that, the Dolphins find themselves down by 1, 24-23. And we're going to have a whistle and a timeout on the floor. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside and take our first break of the afternoon. 6 minutes, 36 seconds to go. Dolphins trail 24-23. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be right back.
When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
We're back here at the Tank with 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in this game. The Dolphins find themselves down by 1, 24-23. It's been a game that, kind of like our women's game earlier here this afternoon. The Dolphins facing a very determined Hunter College team. A lot of life on the Hunter College bench and a lot of life out on the floor. And, Hunter's been able to do that. They've opened their lead up to as many as 7 points here this afternoon. And, they played very well. They've forced 9 Dolphin turnovers. And they find themselves leading by 1 as they inbound the basketball now. Collins with the basketball. Collins working the ball up over to Lowe. Now back out over to Collins as Hunter Collins setting up the offense now with 10 seconds to shoot. Collins Over to Lowe. Lowe hands the ball off to Keena. Keena guarded there by Kopak. Gabardine feeds it inside to Lowe, but he misses the open layup in the inside. And now Latunji up to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Flag with the basketball. He's got 5 points, 4 rebounds already here for the Dolphins. Taylor looking to go inside. That shot rejected beautifully by Lowe. Keena working the ball up over to Collins. Collins pulls up for the three-pointer and buries it. Melvin Collins gives Hunter a 4-point lead. Mick comes right back, and that three-pointer is good. You know, we've heard TJ Tibbs come over and talk to us about Austin Mick and tell us what a truly great shooter he is. And Mick coming out here this afternoon, 3 of 3 from the three-point line as the Dolphins down by 3, 29-26. As Flag with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Flag driving his way inside, taking it to the basket strong and laying it up and in. Flag now 2 of 5 from the field this afternoon. He's got 7 points for the Dolphins, and he will go to the free throw line here with an opportunity to make it a 3-point play and tie this game up. And Stephen with 5 rebounds and 4 assists as well. So Flag coming out playing very well here this afternoon as Adiola Latunji will go to the bench. Rigo Destine will check back in as Flag looks to complete the 3-point play, and he does. Flag now 12 of 14 from the line for the Dolphins, and the Dolphins have come all the way back from a 7-point deficit to tie this game up at 29 apiece. Gabardine working his way inside, and this time Kopak will draw the foul. So Kopak will pick up the foul. That will be his second, the team's 6th. And that'll send Gio Gabardine to the free throw line to shoot 2. Gio 39 of 53 from the line coming into today's game. That's 74%, but he misses the first. One more free throw upcoming here for Gabardine. As that second free throw is up and in. And that gives Hunter a 1-point lead, 30-29. Hunter now 5 of 7 from the free throw line here this afternoon. Flag over to Destine, but he loses possession of the basketball for the Dolphins, and the Dolphins turn the ball over for the 10th time here this afternoon. Gabardine looking to fight his way inside, but it's going to get called for the travel, as he kind of put that one under his arm like a loaf of bread and carried it to the basket, but got called for the travel. So Hunter will turn the ball over for their 7th time, and the Dolphins now with an opportunity to regain the lead since the first minute of the first half. Taylor, Flag, Kopak over to Flag. Flag now feeds it up over to Taylor. Dolphins looking to get the ball to the basket as Taylor, a beautiful finger roll. First Dolphin to double figures. He has 10, and the Dolphins regain the lead now, 31-30. Keena with the basketball behind the back dribble. Now it's Roscoe. Roscoe's long three-pointer is up, no good. And Taylor there to grab another rebound for the Dolphins. Now Flag. Flag working the ball inside, looking for Taylor. Taylor over to Mick. Mick the open three-pointer, that's up, no good. Kopak goes up high for the rebound, but instead it'll be Vasquez coming away with the ball for the Hawks. Vasquez. Now Keena out by the three-point line, guarded by Destine. Keena taking it to the basket and laying it up and in. And big first step that time by the junior guard from Brooklyn to re-give Hunter the lead, 32-31. Mick with the basketball. Mick up over the corner. Kopak the open three-pointer, and that's good. First basket of the game for Kopak, and the Dolphins lead by 2 now, 34-32. Hunter driving the ball into the basket that time will be Vasquez, but he'll pick up the offensive foul as he just put his head down and went to the basket. And that's going to be the first personal on Vasquez. Vasquez, 6-foot freshman from the city. And now it'll be Dolphins with the ball at a 2-point lead with 3 minutes remaining here in this first half. Nicholas Taylor with the basketball. Now it's Flagg. Flagg over to Mick. Mick putting up the open three-pointer, and that's good. Mick continues his hot shooting here from the three-point line for the Dolphins. He's got 12 points on all three-pointers for CSI here this afternoon as he's 4 for 5, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the game, 37-32. Dolphins in the middle of an 8-3 run to open up their biggest lead of the game. Mick, no hesitation on that three-pointer. This time it's no good. And Keena there to grab the rebound for the Hawks. Keena with the basketball. Bounce pass now goes inside. And going up strong on the play that time is Rousseau. Abraham, the 6'4" sophomore guard, as he's able to lay it up and in, break that Dolphin run, and make it a 3-point game. Flagg with the basketball. Flagg looking to break through the double team. Now the Dolphins just passed the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be last touch by the Hawks, so it will be Dolphin basketball now with 14 seconds remaining to shoot. Taylor with the basketball. Putting the ball on the floor now. Now it's over to Kopech. Kopech now over to Nicholas Taylor. He puts up the open three-pointer. That's up no good. And this time it'll be Belkin there to grab the rebound. It's the Hawks with possession of the basketball and a chance to tie. Fusco looking to work it inside that time as it was Rousseau looking to drive inside. Instead, he's going to be fouled out on the floor by Taylor. As Taylor picks up his first, that's the team's 7th, so that'll be free throws as the Hawks will go to the line now to shoot a 1-and-1. So Rousseau will go to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. He's 7 of 10 from the line. That's 70% for the Hawks, but he misses the free throw, and Flagg up to grab another rebound for the Dolphins. Taylor slowly walking the ball across the midcourt floor, gets the ball up over to Flagg. Now it's Kopech. Flagg back up over to Kopech. Kopech the open three-pointer. That's no good, but Taylor there to grab the rebound. His fadeaway jumper will be no good, and Belkin grabs the rebound for the Hawks. 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Fusco with the basketball. Fusco working it out over to Collins. Now it's Belkin. Belkin back up over to Keena. Keena puts up the three-pointer. That's no good. And Taylor there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Taylor over to his brother Nicholas. Nicholas to Kopech. Kopech in the corner to Mick. Mick's open three-pointer is good. Austin's gotten the roll on a couple of these three-pointers. He's now got 5 on the afternoon. He leads all scorers with 15, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the game. It's 6 points with less than a second differential on the shot clock and the game clock. Collins with the basketball. Collins gets it up over to Rousseau. Now Keena. Keena with 5. Keena working against Flagg. Good defense by Flagg, but now he's able to get the ball over. That shot's going to be no good at the buzzer. So the Dolphins finish off the first half on an 11-5 run, and they turn a 29-29 tie into a 40-34 CSI Dolphin lead. So Dolphins found themselves down in this game by as many as 7. We'll go into halftime with this game a 6-point game as head men's basketball coach TJ Tibbs nice enough to come over and join us once again here at halftime, where the Dolphins find themselves leading by 6, 40-34. Coach, it was a game that the team started out a little slow. You fell behind as many as 7. You go into halftime with a 6-point lead. What are your thoughts after the first half?
It's a tough game. Hunter's coming out They're mixing up defenses. They're playing a little man, playing a little zone, playing a little box and one. You got to give them credit for being prepared and making it an ugly game, and their kids are playing really hard. Very proud of the way my kids responded. Fighting, it's a sloppy game. We're not hitting shots. But, you know, like I said, our guys are just playing hard. We've seen some leadership that I haven't really seen this year. They got guys together, and we responded really well to be up at the half.
You know, Austin Mick had a huge first half for the Dolphins, coach. 5 3-pointers in that first half, coming off of that big second half against in the Tournament of Heroes. What do you see out of Austin here in the second half?
That's what I said then when I said it at halftime. Just the kids super confident. It's going to fall. I mean, he's hitting a couple that's hitting every part of the rim, but as long as it goes in, I don't care. And, you know, he's confident. He's coming along.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast.
It was a big play.
Good luck in the second half, Coach.
Thank you.
That's head men's basketball coach TJ Tibbs coming over and joining us. The Dolphins trailed by as many as 7 in this first half, but they will go into halftime with a 6-point lead, 40-34. So why don't we step aside? We'll take a break here for a few minutes and get you ready for the start of the second half. You're watching men's basketball coverage exclusively on your voice for everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast.
It was just like this surreal moment of my dreams are coming true.
When we
I got a crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex. That I was scared of. Very sad when I love. All that I could do was remember you. You know I usually say no, but if you throw me love, I'll throw you some more.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends.
Come on in!
Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ache than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, you know, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise?
Right.
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
I got a crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex. Better than what I'm scared of. It's very sad no more love. All that I can do was remember you. You know I usually say no, but if you throw me love off the wheel some more.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends.
Come on in! Help yourself to anything.
That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ache than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, you know, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so...
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast.
It was just like the surreal moment of my dreams are coming true.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said, oh, I apologize. She won't be taking you in as a client.
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
And sitting there in that small, cold room, I wanted to cry, just thinking, what did we bring this kid into?
We're simply asking to treat our family the same way that you would treat any family.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be. So we were walking to school. At the corner, we waited for the traffic light.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart,
want cheese pizza,
but
like at Luigi's.
sometimes her mind
They have this
wanders.
video game there, and Kate's got the high score. We should have a sleepover. Maybe I should pack my pajamas.
I remember saying, Laura? Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
When we finally got there,
she gave me a hug goodbye.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Be right back.
Hi. You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We're back here at halftime at the Tank, where the College of Staten Island leads Brooklyn College by a score of 40-34. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties that we've been having throughout this second broadcast, but we think we got things figured out, so we'll be able to bring you second half action where the College of Staten Island leads in this game 40-34. If we take a look at the stats here in the first half, the Dolphins shot 14 of 38 from the field. That's 36.8%. Hunter College 12 of 31, 39%. Dolphins of 7 of 21 from the three-point line, but 5 of those three-pointers were by Austin Mick. Dolphins 33% from the three-point line. Hunter 5 of 14 from the free throw line. The Dolphins a perfect 5 of 5. Hunter 5 of 8 from the line. Dolphins out-rebounding Hunter College 28-16 in that first half, including 7-0 on the offensive end. The Dolphins have trailed by as many as 7 in this game. They go into halftime with their biggest lead. It's 6 points. The Dolphins with 9 assists on their baskets here today. So the Dolphins 9 assists on 14 baskets. Hunter College has 3 assists on their 12 baskets. Dolphins have turned the ball over 10 times to 8 for Hunter College, but the Dolphins doing a much better job reducing their turnovers as the half went along. Dolphins outscoring Hunter College 18-0. And the Dolphins with 12 points off of turnovers in that first half compared to just 4 for Hunter College. So we're underway here in the second half. Dolphins looking to extend their 5-game winning streak, as taking the ball to the basket and missing the layup will be Fusco. And here come the Dolphins with their first offensive possession here in this second half. Latunji feeds it inside to Destim. His shot is knocked in, is no good, but Taylor grabs the rebound. His floater putback is up, no good. And this time Keener there to grab the rebound for Hunter. Keener bringing the ball across the midcourt line as both teams missing on their first possessions. Keener misses that shot, and here comes Taylor on the run for the Dolphins. Taylor handing the ball off to Latunji, but Latunji steps on the end line, and the Dolphins turn the ball over. So we played just 45 seconds here in this second half. Both teams with 2 opportunities, neither team able to score, and the Dolphins lead by a score of 40-34. Gabardine with the basketball. Gabardine guarded by Flagg out the three-point line. He picks up the dribble, but he's able to get the ball out over to Keener. Now it's Collins. Collins looking to work against Mick, as now Keener gets the ball back on a give and go, and he lays the ball up and in. So Keener getting to the basket twice in the second half, missing the first time, but able to hit that one to make it a 4-point game. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor now gets the ball out over to Flagg. Flagg now hands the ball out over to Destim at the three-point line, looking to work against Keener, and he takes it to the basket and lays it up and in. Nice job that time by Destim as Regal gets his first basket of the afternoon, and that gives the Dolphins a 6-point lead once again. 3-point basket by Fusco. That's his first basket of the game for Danny. And he makes it a 3-point game. Big basket there for the Hawks. As that layup is up, no good. But the Dolphins will go to the free throw line. So Keno will pick up the foul. That will be his first, and that will send Stephen Flagg to the line. The Dolphins have been perfect from the free throw line here this afternoon. As Flagg goes to the free throw line and misses the first. So Flagg now 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and he'll have one more opportunity coming. Flagg's second attempt, that's up, no good. So the Dolphins missed both free throws, and now it'll be Hunter College with the basketball, down 3. Fusco, Gabardine. Gabardine bounce pass inside. Nice turnaround jumper that time by Rossau, but he can't get it to go. And now Mick will hand the ball off to Desteem. Desteem. Now Mick at the three-point line. Mick forcing his way inside, but he'll lose possession and turn the ball over for the Dolphins. Keena thought about the three-pointer. Cross-court pass over to Fusco. Now Gabardine. Gabardine trying to fight his way inside. He does so and lay it up and in. 5-0 run by the Hawks to make it a 1-point game. Driving to the basket that time and not able to complete the shot on the Dolphins. And here comes Hunter looking to run as Keena will pull the ball up. 3 minutes into the second half, and the Hawks have an opportunity to regain the lead. Keena. Fusco out by the three-point line. Keena now hands it off to Rossau. Back up over to Keena. Back inside. The short floater in the lane is good. Hunter College outscoring the Dolphins 9-2 to start the second half to regain the lead 43-42. Latunji, Taylor. Taylor puts up the three-pointer, and that's good. So Taylor breaks up that 9-2 run to start the second half, and we're going to have a 30-second timeout here taken by the Dolphins, who lead by a score now of 45-43 as this game continues to go back and forth as the Dolphins trailing by 7. Go up by 6 in the second half, but the Hawks outscoring the Dolphins 9-5 in this second half. They've hit 4 out of their first 6 shots here in this second half, and like the first half, Dolphins turning the ball over early in the half. 2 turnovers here in the second half for the Dolphins, and Hunter College, who actually stuck their nose out in front, now find themselves down by 2, 45-43. So Fusco to inbound the basketball now as he brings the ball across the midcourt line and gets it up over to Gabardine. Now it's Fusco. They work the ball inside to Keena. His shot is blocked away beautifully, and here come the Dolphins looking to run. Flagg over to Mick. His open three-pointer is good. Austin Mick with the assist by Stephen Flagg. Mick now with 18 points on 6 three-pointers. And the Dolphins lead by 5, 48-43. Collins feeding the ball out over to the corner, but now Keena backs the ball out for the Hawks. Gabardine over to Keena. Keena trying to use the screen, nearly loses possession, but then now a bounce pass into Rossau, whose short jumper is good, as head coach John Palin will take a 30-second timeout here. Rossau now has 11 points, and it's 48-45 as the Dolphin lead down to 3 with 15 minutes and 27 seconds remaining here in the second half. Dolphins 4 timeouts remaining. Hunter College with 3. As it's been another good basketball game here this afternoon. You joined us late. The Lady Dolphins saw their 4-0 conference record fall by the wayside as they dropped the game to Hunter College by a final score of 75-62. It was a game that once Hunter College took the lead early in that second quarter, they never relinquished. The Dolphins could never get closer than 4 in that second half as they closed it to 4 in the fourth quarter, but that was as close as they would come as the Dolphins saw their undefeated conference record come to an end. The men here lead by 3 points as Taylor with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Latunji putting up the jumper, and that's good. Adiola Latunji with only his second basket of the game. He's got 4. The Dolphins looking to get him on track here in this second half. Collins. Now Fusco with the basketball. Hunter setting up very deliberately in their offense here in this second half. Fusco. Keener able to take the ball to the basket and lay it up and in. He's now in double figures. He has 11, one of 3 Hawks in double figures here this afternoon. Flag out by the three-point line, but he gets called for the travel. So the Dolphins turn the ball over once again. That's been something they've battled with all afternoon long. As the Dolphins now looking to defend with a 3-point lead. Keener fighting his way inside, kicks it out to Collins. Collins taking it to the basket and laying it up and in. 50-49 now. Dolphins with a 1-point lead. Latunji, Desteem looking to drive inside. 3 Hawks waiting for him. Now Flag with the open 3-pointer. That's no good, but Taylor there to grab the rebound. He kicks it to an open Desteem. His 3-pointer is no good, but we're going to have a whistle and a loose ball foul on the play, and that will be on Hunter, and that foul will be on Keener. For Keener, that will be his second, the team's second. So the Dolphins will inbound with a fresh 30-second shot clock, leading by 1, 50-49. Flag inbounding the ball to Taylor. Now working it over in the baseline, and the baseline jumper by Latunji is good. Back-to-back baskets now by Latunji. He has 6, and the Dolphin lead is up to 3. Rossau. Keener with the basketball. Keener now guarded by Flag. Keener fighting the ball to the basket. That shot's no good, but the Hawks able to grab the offensive rebound, feed it up over to Fusco, but his 3-pointer is no good, and Christian Taylor comes back now to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. Latunji's jumper is up, no good. And Hunter with the rebound, and Keener bringing the ball up the far side of the floor. Keener giving a little bit of space, kicking it up over to Rossau. Rossau out with a Gabbidon. Gabbidon looking to jam it home, but can't finish the play. And now it's Taylor over to Latunji, who lays it up and in. Big swing in the game. Hawks had a chance to cut it to 1. Instead, the Dolphins open the lead now, back up to 5. 54-49. Fusco with the basketball. Fusco over to Keener. Keener guarded by Catalis. He feeds the ball inside. As taking the ball inside is Rossau. He will draw the foul on Austin Mick. For Austin, that will be his first foul. Team's first. Rossau in the act of shooting, so he'll go to the free throw line. He came into the game shooting 70% from the line and hits the first. 54-50. As Hunter now 7 of 6 of 9 from the free throw line. One more free throw upcoming, and that's going to be no good. And Taylor up to grab yet another rebound for the Dolphins here this afternoon. For Taylor, his 12th rebound of the game. Cartalis now getting the ball out over to Flag. Bounce pass in the corner now to Latunji. Latunji kicking it over in the corner to Cartalis. Now Mick. Dolphins working the ball around the perimeter now with 4 seconds to shoot. That pass is nearly knocked away, and we're going to have a whistle and a jump ball possession, and the possession arrow will go to the Dolphins. That's a little bit of a break there. Let's see if there's a 30-second shot clock violation as Hunter College was able to come up with the ball. Not sure if they had possession or not. The shot clock reverts back to 2. 12:06 remaining. We'll see how the officials sort this one out on the floor. And it looks like there's going to reset the shot clock as Hunter with possession of the basketball. Head coach John Pellin doesn't like the call, but that will be the call. So the Dolphins now with the basketball at a 4-point lead and a fresh 30-second shot clock. Taylor with the basketball now for the Dolphins. Taylor with 13 here this afternoon. Working against Keena. Taylor taking it to the basket, but we're going to have a whistle and a foul out on the floor before the shot. I think that foul will be on Keena. It will be. He's picked up 3 fouls here in the first 8 minutes of the second half. And the Dolphins will inbound the basketball as Hunter picks up their 3rd team foul of the second half. Vasquez substituting into the game. Dolphins can't complete the pass inside, but Latunji sticks with it, and he'll draw the foul. So that foul will be on Glenn Vasquez. That'll be his 2nd. Team's 4th as Latunji will go to the free throw line for the Dolphins now to shoot 2, and he'll hit the 1st. 9 points now for Latunji, 7 here in the second half for Adiola as that second one is up and in. And Latunji all of a sudden in double digits now as the Dolphins lead by 6, 56-50. Fusco with the basketball. Fusco tried to drive inside against Flagg, and he draws the foul. And Fusco determined to take that one to the basket. He got his shoulder inside of Flagg and the basket and then was able to get the ball to the basket. Steven will pick up his first foul, team's 2nd, and that will send Fusco to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's a 89% free throw shooter, 16 of 18 coming into the game here this afternoon. As that makes it a 56-51 game. One more free throw upcoming here for Fusco. And it's now a 4-point game, 56-52, as the Dolphins will inbound the basketball and bring the ball up across the midcourt line. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor pull up from the free throw line, extended is good. Dolphins looking for Taylor to hit up here in the second half. He's now 6 of 13 from the field. He has 15 points. Vasquez, Gabardine, and we're going to have a whistle and an offensive foul called on Rossau. So offensive foul, 15 foul on Hunter. So the Dolphins will inbound the basketball now with 11:15 remaining here in the second half, and the Dolphins with a 6-point lead. Taylor over to Flagg. Flagg now working the ball up over to Latunji. Latunji 8 points already in this second half as he's able to get that short jumper up. It's no good, and Gabardine grabs the rebound now for the Hawks. Gabardine driving his way inside. Might have gotten away with an extra step, but he lays it up and in to make it a 4-point game, 58-54. Gabardine with 13 for the Hawks. Cartalis thought about the 3. Now it's Flagg out at the 3-point line over to Taylor. Taylor over to Mick. Mick putting up the 3-pointer and burying it. 7 3-pointers on the night for Austin Mick. He has 21 points. His best game as a Dolphin, and they lead by 7, 61-54. Gabardine tried to drive it in the lane once again. Misses the shot, gets his own rebound, lays it up, misses it, but will draw the foul. So Latunji will pick up the foul. That'll be the third foul for Adiola. Gabardine will go to the line, and he's taken the ball to the rim with determination on the last two Hawk possessions. Got a basket on the first one. Couldn't get that second shot to go. Going to have 3 substitutions here for the Hawks as Lowe and Collins will come into the game. They'll replace Rousseau and Vasquez. Jamal Martin will check back into the game. He's been out of the lineup for a little while, so he'll get some run here in the second half. And Gabardine will go to the free throw line, looking to hit 1 of 2 from the line. So he's able to split the pair and make it a 6-point game with 10 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the second half. Taylor walking the ball up across the midcourt line now for the Dolphins. Taylor getting his way inside, and the short floater in the lane is good. Taylor starting to heat up a little bit in this second half. He now has 17, and the Dolphins match their biggest lead of the game. It's 8 points, 63-55. Ball tipped inside. Dolphins can't grab the rebound. That floater is up, no good. So the Hawks with a couple of opportunities, but can't get the shot to go down. And now the Dolphins in possession of the basketball with their biggest lead of the game. It's 8 points, 63-55. Taylor inside to Martin. Can't hit the shot, but will draw the foul. Good unselfish pass that time by Christian Taylor. He's already got 17 points for the Dolphins to go along with his 12 rebounds and 4 assists, and that time he fed it inside to Martin. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2, his first 2 free throw attempts here this afternoon. Martin's first attempt rolls around the rim and out. Boy, that was a tough one for Shamal as that ball hugged the rim. Looked like it was going to kind of roll its way back in, but instead rolled its way back out. One more upcoming here for Martin. Martin, a 61% free throw shooter coming into the game, splits the pair, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the game with 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in this second half as Fusco dribbles that ball off his foot, but he's able to recover. Short floater in the lane, bounces around and out, and Taylor there to grab his team-leading 13th rebound of the afternoon. Taylor slowly walking the ball across the midcourt line here for the Dolphins as the clock beginning to wind down and becoming a factor, with the Dolphins holding on to a 9-point lead and 9 minutes remaining. His flag spinning his way to the rim. Can't hit the shot, but he will draw the foul, and he will go to the free throw line for the Dolphins. Flag already 3 of 5 from the line for the Dolphins here this afternoon as Fusco picks up his 3rd foul, and Flag misses the first free throw. Dolphins now 8 of 12 for the line. One more upcoming here for Steven, and that's good. And the Dolphins now lead by 10, 65-55, with just under 9 minutes remaining in the second half. Fusco getting the ball out over to Rousseau, and now the Hunter Hawks looking to set up offensively. Have to start being a little bit mindful of the clock now, down by 10 with 8:42 remaining. Rowe with the basketball. Hands off to Collins. Collins back up over to Rowe. He puts the ball on the floor, loses possession, and here come the Dolphins 2-on-2 as they get the ball inside the flag. He can't complete the layup, but he will go to the free throw line on back-to-back possessions. Once again, Dolphins doing a good job taking the ball to the basket and now have an opportunity to open up their biggest lead of the game, which is now 10 points, and we're going to have a whistle and a timeout taken on the floor as head coach John Pellin going to take a timeout here for the Hunter Hawks. It'll be a full timeout, but we'll keep it right here as Hunter College able to close this game down to a 4-point game at 56-52, but the Dolphins go on a 9-3 run since that time, and they've been able to open the lead back up to 10 points. And the story of the game here today, clearly, the three-point shooting of Austin Mick. And Austin, 7 of 9 from the three-point line here this afternoon for the CSI Dolphins, as the Dolphins are 10 of 26 from the line, and Mick 7 of 9. So the remainder of the Dolphin team just 3 of 17 from the line, but Mick's 7 of 9 shooting from the three-point line, as Austin with his best game by far as a CSI Dolphin here. He took a charge earlier in the first half, and you'll remember when we had an opportunity to speak to head men's basketball coach TJ Tibbs at the halftime. Despite Mick having 15 points on 5 three-pointers, the play that TJ Tibbs emphasized was the charge he took underneath the basket. So Mick coming in this afternoon, giving the Dolphins a good all-around effort. As we look out onto the floor for the Dolphins, it'll be Flagg, Taylor, Martin, Mick, and Cartalis will come out on the floor here for the Dolphins with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here as Flagg gets his 10th point of the afternoon, and the Dolphins continue to build on their biggest lead here this afternoon. Flagg's second three-pointer is up and in, and the Dolphins have their biggest lead of the game now. It's 12 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in the game. Fusco with the basketball, guarded by Mick. 18 on the shot clock. Fusco, bounce pass now, goes out over in the corner. The long jumper is good. Big basket there by Abraham Rousseau. They really needed that. He now has 17 to lead all Hawks scorers and make it a 10-point game here once again. Cartalis over to Flagg, back up over to Mick. Mick feeling the three-pointers and burying it. 8 of 10 from the three-point line for Austin Mick. 24 points on the afternoon, 70-57. Dolphins with their biggest lead of the afternoon. Gabardine driving it down the lane. Can't finish the shot, but will go to the line. So that foul will be on Andrew Cartalis. That will be his first, the team's fourth, and that will send Gino Gabardine to the free throw line to shoot 2. Gio, a 74% free throw shooter coming into the game here this afternoon, and he misses the first. Hunter can't afford misses from the line here at this point of the game, down by 13 points. They're now 9 of 15 from the line. That's 60%. Second free throw coming up for Gabardine is up and in, and that's going to make it a 12-point game now, 70-58, with 7:57 remaining here in the second half. Hunter College needs stops on the Dolphins. Taylor, Flagg, now it's Mick in the corner. Now it's Taylor. He pulls up for the three-pointer. That's no good, but a beautiful play by Shamal Martin to tip the ball and keep it alive for the Dolphins. As Mick now taking the ball to the basket and laying it up and in. 26 points for Austin Mick, his first two-pointer of the game. Dolphins with their biggest lead of the game now. It's 14, 72-58. Gabardine with the basketball inside of 7 minutes remaining. Gabardine tried to take that ball inside, and he's rejected on the play. Nice defensive play there by the Dolphins as they continue to play well here in this second half. They've outscored Hunter College 32-24, and they now lead 72-58 as Hunter will inbound with 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Ball fed inside to Fusco, and he lays it up and in. 72-60 now. Dolphins with a 12-point lead. Hunter trying to remain close as the clock continues to wind down now. 6:35 remaining in the second half. Taylor looking to run some shot clock. He pulls up. That jumper is up. No good. And Collins goes up high for the rebound for Hunter. Big offensive possession coming up here for the Hawks. Collins, the open three-pointer is no good. Big miss there by Collins. Cortalis with the rebound for the Dolphins. Mick getting the ball out over to Taylor, as now the Dolphins looking to run a little bit of shot clock down now as the clock moves towards 6 minutes remaining in the second half. Flagg taking the ball right inside of Keena and lays it up and in. Keena had no chance on that play as Flagg took him right into the basket and laid it in. He's got 13. The Dolphins match their biggest lead once again. College with the basketball out by the three-point line. Now Rossau back up over to Keena. Keena's long three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound controlled by the Dolphins, and now Taylor slowly walks the ball up the far side for the Dolphins. 74-60, Taylor with the basketball. Now Collins step off, being able to get in that passing lane, but couldn't quite make it. Now Taylor with the basketball. Taylor, the spinning floater in the lane is good, and the Dolphins have opened this one up now. They lead by 16, 76-60. Dolphins in the middle of an 8-6 run. 18-6 run, I should say, to open their lead up to 16. Hunter needs to stop desperately on this possession if they're going to have any chance of remaining in this game. Mick out at the three-point line. Dolphins have already run 20 seconds off the shot clock. Mick over to Flagg. Now to Mick in the corner to Cortalis. Bounce pass inside to Martin. His one-handed hook shot in the lane is good. Dolphins in the middle of a 6-0 run, which is also part of a 22-8 run. And now we're going to have a whistle and a foul on the play. And that foul will be on Cortalis for Andrew. That'll be his second, the team's fifth. That will send Melvin Collins to the free throw line to shoot 2. The Dolphins have opened this game up since Hunter cut the Dolphin lead down to 4. This game was at 58-54. But the Dolphins have been able to go on a run and break this game open by 18, 78-60 with 4 minutes and 24 seconds remaining. And, you know, for both the men's and women's basketball team, they'll be on the road. They'll be on the road Monday night at Brooklyn College as the women will look to bounce back from their loss against Hunter College here earlier this afternoon. And both teams will play at Brooklyn on Monday, and then we'll play at Lehman College this Wednesday night. And then both teams will be back in action here at the Tank at the College of Staten Island a week from Wednesday, January 16th against Baruch College. So still some exciting CUNYAC action on the road this week, Monday and Wednesday for the Dolphins. No basketball next weekend for either team. So the Dolphins in action Monday and Wednesday as they will play Brooklyn and Lehman College respectively before having a week off and coming back home and facing Baruch College here at the Tank on January 16th. So we'll have one more free throw upcoming here as the Dolphins have been able to go on a big run in this game and break open a 4-point lead into an 18-point lead. Big baskets by Christian Taylor and Austin Mick with a couple of huge baskets. Stephen Flagg with his continuous solid play here in the second half of the season for the Dolphins. And that's propelled the Dolphins to a big lead as Taylor turns the ball over now for the Dolphins. But driving inside on the play will be Danny Fusco. He got a little bit out of control, and he's going to pick up the offensive foul. So Hunter, who could rarely afford any mistakes here in the later stages of this game, will turn the ball over. Dolphins with just 5 turnovers here in the second half. And they have a 17-point lead with just over 4 minutes remaining. A bad pass that time by Latunji as Collins will lay it up and in. And head coach T.J. Tibbs not liking what he sees on that play, immediately calling a full timeout on the players. Hunter scored the last 3 points quickly to turn a 18-point lead into a 15-point lead. And with 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in this game, TJ Tibbs taking a full timeout and wanting an opportunity here to speak to his team and, really just emphasize to continue to do what they've done here in this second half. And, really for the Dolphins, it's been a second half where they've been able to come out and really play very good basketball. They're 14 of 24 from the field in this second half. That's 58%. 4 of 7 from the three-point line. 6 of 10 from the free throw line. They've out-rebounded Hunter in the second half, 16-11. Both teams with 5 offensive rebounds apiece. But, for the Dolphins, it's been a 18-point lead is their largest lead. Hunter actually able to come back here in the early stages of this second half and point their nose ahead 43-42. But since that time, the Dolphins have put up 36 points to 20 for the Hunter Hawks, and the Dolphins lead now by 18. Dolphins nearly turn the ball over, and now they do. As Gabbidon drives down the lane and lays it up and in. And, we were talking before, just minutes ago, about how the Dolphins doing a much better job not turning the ball over here in the second half. And, of course, as we say that, Dolphins with a couple of quick turnovers, they now have 7 in the second half, 17 for the game, as Gabbidon will go to the line to shoot 2. He hits the first, and all of a sudden that 18-point lead for the Dolphins is cut down to 14. One more free throw upcoming here for Gio Gabbidon's second free throw is good, and it's now a 68-64 game as Hunter getting back into the game, and the Dolphins forced to get the ball into Taylor as the 5-second shot clock was winding down. Taylor over to Mick. Mick's open three-pointer is up, no good, but Martin goes up with a big offensive rebound for the Dolphins. Mick with an ill-advised three-pointer. That's no good, but Latunji able to bail him out by grabbing the rebound. Mick now putting up another three-pointer early in the shot clock, and he buries it. 29 points now for Austin Mick. I know that the Dolphins love that basket there by Austin Mick as they open their lead back up to 16. It's 81-65. That'll be a full timeout, and, it was a nice basket by Mick, but Dolphins did take a couple of three-pointers there early in the shot clock. Latunji grabbing that big rebound on the first miss by Austin Mick, and then he went back, was able to step back and bury that three-pointer. So now head coach TJ Tibbs taking the timeout for the Dolphins. The Dolphins find themselves up 16 now, 81-65. And, we look at the totals in this game here for the CSI Dolphins, and we got to take a look now at the stats of Austin Mick here this afternoon. A career game early in Austin's career. He's played 30 minutes here this afternoon, 10 of 14 from the field, 9 of 13 from the three-point line. That's just under 70%. He's grabbed a couple of rebounds, has an assist, and has 29 points here for the Dolphins. 3 other Dolphins in double figures. Christian Taylor with 19, Stephen Flagg with 13, and Adeola Latunji with 12 points here as the Dolphins with a 16-point lead as Hunter trying to fight their way back in with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in this second half. Kellner working his way inside, and the Dolphins commit a foul. Not a good foul that time by the Dolphins, as that foul will be on Austin Mick. That will be his second, and that's the team's 7th. And this is the third recent possession where the Dolphins have sent the Hawks to the line. And, of course, you don't want to give up free throws with a big lead and let the team come back with the clock stopped. As that time, Rousseau able to roll that shot in. He leads all Hawk players with 18 points here this afternoon, and he's able to hit the second shot as well. 81-67, 14-point lead here for the Dolphins. The Hawks try to trap, but the Dolphins able to break that trap. Latunji in the corner. Puts up that open three-pointer. That's going to be no good. And Gabardine there to grab the rebound inside of 3 minutes remaining here in the second half. Gabardine fighting his way inside, kicking it back out to Rousseau. His open three-pointer is up no good. Kellner there to grab the rebound and tip the ball up over to Gabardine. Gabardine feeding it inside to Fusco. His wild shot's up no good, but he's able to grab the rebound and throw it up to the rim. He can't complete the shot, but he will draw the foul, and he will go to the free throw line. So that foul will be on Rigo Desteve. For Rigo, that will be his first, the 8th team foul. So Fusco will go to the line to shoot 2. He's 2 of 2 from the free throw line here this afternoon, and he hits the first. As Hunter College continuing to battle in this game. They trailed by 18 just moments ago, and they have an opportunity now to cut it down to 12. And they do. It's 81-69. Hunter with just one timeout remaining here in the second half as the Dolphins are able to break the press. Let's see if they run some shot clock here with this possession. That shot with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock is up no good. And here comes Keena with the basketball. Keena loses possession but gets bailed out with the foul call. Big break that time for Hunter College. It looked like Keena might have just been stripped of the basketball. Instead, we're going to have a foul called on Desteem. 2 quick fouls against Desteem. And Hunter College going back to the free throw line here once again. This will be the 20th free throw of the afternoon for Hunter. They're 17 of 24 as they hit the first. And with one more make, they can make this a 10-point game. The Dolphins led 78-60. As Hunter continuing to fight their way back, but they missed the second free throw. And the Dolphins lead by 11 now. As the clock continues to wind down, as they feed that ball inside to Latunji, who jabs. Big basket there by Adiola Latunji to make it a 13-point Dolphin lead as Fusco puts up the three-pointer. That's no good. The ball's knocked out of bounds, but it'll remain Hawk basketball with 1 minute and 56 seconds remaining. Latunji now with 12 points, 10 of those points here in the second half. Driving shot to the basket by Hunter is no good, and that could do it here for the Hawks here this afternoon. Cortalis with the basketball, gets the ball out over to Taylor. 1 minute, 39 seconds remaining, 15 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Taylor with the basketball. Taylor driving his way inside. He kicks the ball in the corner. The open Cortalis three is good, and that'll do it. The Dolphins open their lead back up to 16, 86-7. The first basket of the game for Cortalis. Pass into the backcourt is retrieved by Rousseau. Ball tipped around, and Taylor comes away with the basketball now for the Dolphins. As they're going to wrap this one up now with 1 minute remaining in the game. Dolphins will up their record to 4-1 here on the season. They will extend their winning streak to 6 games in a row and open their record up to 8-6. This is a team that was 2-6 and has really turned things around here in 2018. 29 points for Austin Mick here this afternoon. 19 for Christian Taylor, 13 for Stephen Flagg, 12 for Adiola Latunji. The Dolphins continuing to get balanced scoring throughout this roster as they find themselves in position now. 4 players in double figures for the Dolphins here this afternoon. Another strong game for Stephen Flagg as well. Stephen just 1 rebound away from a triple-double. As Flagg with 13 points on the afternoon for the Dolphins to go with 10 assists and 9 rebounds. As Flagg looks to give the Dolphins a 17-point lead. He does, and that makes it 86-70. One more free throw upcoming as Austin Mick checks out of the game. He finished with 29 points here this afternoon. Wouldn't be surprised if he comes over and joins us here for the postgame. 46 seconds remaining as Stephen Flagg will come out of the game 1 rebound short of a triple-double here this afternoon. Great game here as we have a whistle and a foul. Another strong game for Taylor. He finishing with 39 points. He didn't leave the floor. 8 of 17 shooting to go along with 15 rebounds and 5 assists. Another big game. Also had a block and 3 steals. So another big all-around game for Taylor. Nicholas Taylor in the game for the Dolphins. Shola checking into the game for the Dolphins. Christian Kopech in the game for the Dolphins, and about a 9-second differential on the game clock and the shot clock. Taylor walking the ball across the midcourt line. Taylor gets the ball out over to Cartalis. Cartalis now back up over to Taylor. Now it's Gomez in the corner. Gomez putting up that three-pointer. That's no good. And it'll be Keener grabbing the rebound now for Hunter. He drives down the lane, lays it up and in, and draws the foul. So Keener will get the basket, and Dolphins did a good job really keeping him quiet here in the second half. As Keener will go to the free throw line to shoot 1, as Gomez picks up the foul. Both teams with 10 fouls, and the Dolphins with a 13-point lead. And the shot clock off. Taylor walking the ball across the midcourt line. He backs off. Hunter backs off. Clock is going to wind down, and that's going to do it. The College of Staten Island, for the 6th time in a row, have played winning basketball as they go on to defeat Hunter College by a final score of 88-75. So another big win by the CSI Dolphin team here this afternoon as the Dolphins came out and played a strong first half, went into halftime with the lead, and you know, Hunter College came out and played strong in the second half. Were able to poke their nose out in front, taking a 43-42 lead. But the Dolphins continued to play strong in this game, and they were able to defeat Hunter College by a final score of 88-75 as Austin Mick, nice enough to come over and join us here. Austin, 29 points in the game. You were unconscious all game long. When did you know that you were feeling good from the floor?
Once I hit my first shot, that's when I hit my first shot, the next couple are going in at all times. I'm a rhythm shooter. So as soon as I hit the first one, I just felt it, and everything was dropping.
You know, Austin, this team started off 2-6. You guys have now won 6 games in a row, and the team really started to click well together. What's turned things around for this team?
We've really been sharing the ball more. We've been playing much better defense, rotating incredible, all that. Rebounding the ball better. Christian Taylor's rebounding incredible. He's grabbing 15 boards a game. You know, we're just coming together right now at the right time.
You got 2 road games coming up against Brooklyn and Lehman this week. What can we expect out of this team?
We're going to be ready. We're going to be locked in. We're going to be focused, and we're going to take both of them.
Congratulations, Austin. Thanks for coming over and joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Austin Mick finishing the game with 29 points as he had the game of his early collegiate career as he just came in today and was red hot from the field. And you heard Austin tell you, once he came in and hit that first shot, he really felt good. He finishes this game of 10 of 14 shooting, including 9 of 13 from the three-point line. He finishes with 29 points. One of 4 Dolphins in double figures here this afternoon as the College of Staten Island wins by a final score of 88-75 as they win their 6th game in a row. So both the men's and women's team will be on the road this week. Monday night in Brooklyn, Wednesday night in the Bronx at Lehman College. Then a week from Wednesday, they'll be back here at the Tank getting ready to face Baruch College. That will be 16th. Women at 5, pregame show at 4:45. So this is Mike Babuski along for my broadcast partner Nicholas Durst, who did a fabulous job along with Joe Foreman and Tom Kriskowski, really battling those technical issues all game long, keeping us on the air and allowing us to bring you 2 great conference games here this afternoon. The women dropped their game to Hunter College by a final score of 88-75, and the men win, 75-62, and the men win their game by a final score of 88-75. So that's going to wrap things up from the Tank here this afternoon. Don't forget to join us January 16th as the men will face and women will face Baruch College right here at the Tank. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you soon.